Welcome to Cam Look, your daily dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. Each weekday, a staff member or volunteer will present an object from the museum's permanent collection and pose questions for discussion. Please check back each day at 10 a.m. for new work and a new conversation. Hi, I'm Susan, a docent at the museum, and today I've found a hidden gem to share. It's not really hidden, it's in Gallery 228. But it is small and something you might pass by if you were anxious to get to the Impressionist works in 229. It's a cigarette case made by the Parisian Gérard Sandoz. Sandoz came from a long line of jewelers and clockmakers. His grandfather opened a shop in Paris in 1861, about 50 years after Samuel Best established his business in Cincinnati and created the lovely clock in our Cincinnati wing. His grandson lived in a very different time and took his inspiration from the modern machine age, its architecture, automobiles, and jazz. He used mostly simple forms and geometric lines in his work. Cubism, an influential art movement in the time this was created, is evident. The popular Art Deco style of the 1920s and 30s dominated other works he created. Sandoz liked contrasting colors, perhaps because he was colorblind. Red and black were heavily favored. A technique known as niello, where a mixture of sulfur, copper, silver, and lead melts into engraved depressions, leaving a black background, was used to great effect by Sandoz. Our artwork is enamel, not niello, but is enhanced by another distinctive aspect, or trademark, if you will, of Sandoz's work. He added eggshells to lacquer, giving a mosaic quality to the boxer's trunks and boxing ring. Here is another example of his use of this unusual material. Speaking of unusual, what would have inspired the artist to depict a boxing match? As the label copy will tell you, the Summer Olympics were held in Paris in 1924, the year this was made. Boxing was a featured sport. The summer prior to that, a highly publicized boxing match between Jack Dempsey and Tommy Gibbons took place. There is some similarity to this photo, but it was the embracing of all things modern and new that was Sandoz's true inspiration. He used costly materials sparingly and rejected what he considered the gaudy decorations of the past. The financial collapse of 1929 ended the family business, but Gérard Sandoz had already moved on. He had new interests in cinema as both a writer and actor. He also pursued painting in an abstract style. The Olympics is going on now. What art can you think of that might have been inspired by sport or other cultural events? Dorothy Hamill's haircut doesn't really count, I don't think. Look that up if you missed the '76 Olympics.